Yes, please, like, subscribe. I'm doing this all for you guys.
Hey guys, welcome to another War Thunder video. This is the same intro screen you may have seen on another, or if you're already familiar with the B-25, feel free to jump straight to, 57 seconds for the battle beginning, or I speed up the initial run to get to the bombing, but if you want to just jump straight to the first bombing, hey, look at the call-outs over there on the left-hand side. Feel free to jump where you want to. I'm going to show a little bit of bombing, but then also how to treat the B-25 more as a heavy fighter than just a bomber. Here we go. Just real quick, we have 650 cals on the front end of this bomber. We got several turrets, and we're going to be taking the three 1,000 pound bombs with the 240 kilograms. Here's the beginning of the battle. I will be speeding this up in just a few seconds to get to our first bombing target. This map, if you'll notice, the bases are really far apart, so rushing the base is not really an option on this map. I think I even showed a video on one of my fighters where a B-25 tried to rush this map, and it just didn't work out well because the base was just too far. Too much time for those fighters to get there well before we could get there, even as a frontline bomber, being ahead of the rest of our team. But as you can see, there's so many P-61s in this match. The Black Widows with that, the spawn out in front. It almost looks like my entire team is sitting out here. Almost feel like, and maybe we get a late spawn, and the rest of the team had several seconds to get to where they are. So here we are, just speeding, flying through this really quick before we get to our first base. So our base has already been hit by that wyvern that we're going to go to, but that's fine. With our 3 bombs, we can't take out a full base anyway, so it'll be nice for us just to finish this off, and then the wyvern will get some points for it. Just keeping an eye on the scoreboard. It looks like our guys are doing pretty well. More of the enemy taken out than the friendlies. It's always good. Helps me to know if I'm going to get ambushed anytime soon. Always keeping a lookout around you. If you know you got some more time. This is a really vulnerable time for the bomber where you're looking through the bomb scope and somebody could be coming, so that's why you always peek around you before you do this. Same drill as always, guys. Make sure your bomb doors are open, verifying they are. And then I'm just going to release all 3 right on the solid crosshairs. There we go. Time to turn around and head back. See what we can find on the way. I love the maneuverability of this plane. Look at that. You can turn really hard. Not always as easy when you're trying to line up on an enemy fighter, but still very maneuverable for a bomber. Okay, looks like our P-51 friend there has 2 enemies on him. We are going to do something a little crazy for a bomber. We're going to treat ourselves as a heavy fighter, and we're going to see if we can at least be a little bit of a distraction. Not really expecting a head-on. It would have been nice. 650 cal, I think we would have done just fine. That fighter did pitch up after we had to straighten out. Hit us in the tail a little bit, just fine. Was feeling kind of brave. Gonna run after this BF-109. And although you don't want to rely on your turret guys to do their own shooting, if you're piloting and you just happen to get close enough, and you got to be within 0.6, 0.7 kilometers, depending on your pilot skills and what your defensive maneuvers are for your turret guys, they'll fire on their own. And you'll see here that, yeah, I did take over briefly, but I do have to fly the plane. I don't want to crash. I don't want to make it too easy. I do want to stay as low as I can to the ground, though, because we do have some 50 cals on top of the plane that I'd like to engage too. Those are 20 mils sitting off the back. So this plane is very dangerous to come at from behind. Most enemy pilots don't know about that, or they're willing to endure it for a while they try to get below or get beside. You can see that enemy pilot there. He's veered off a little bit, and now you can see why. He's going after our P-51 friend again. I guess our P-51 friend is messed up pretty bad. He just keeps running instead of trying to fight, and he's not outrunning anybody. You can see there he got taken out. I was about to turn, actually started turning a little bit when I saw that he was taken out. So now we got a different plan. I really want to get back to our own airfield for a little more protection. But I don't think this guy's going to let us do that. He's closing in on us. Looking at our map, I would have to turn towards him to the right to get back to our base. I kind of want to do that anyway. This B-25 is no slouch in a fight. He's not just an easy target. Most enemy fighters would just salivate at the opportunity to go after a bomber. But you need to be really careful with the B-25. If you're not coming from directly below it, there's not a whole lot of weak spots there. If you come from the front, you get the 650 cals. If you come from the top, you'll be eating 50 cals and 20 mils if you're not high enough. So on the side is the best option. See there, I'm directing the turret fire some, but I'm okay letting my crew take over. I do have them trained up. I do have quite a few points invested in the defensive. You can see that 20 mils going to work. So what I'm going to do is just do a little evasive action there. See, all those bullets would have just nailed me if I had stayed straight. You can see we just got a critical on them. I'm just checking to see where my airfield is. Trying to give my guys a good target. Look at that. I never noticed that the chat, those guys were talking to me about, hey, B-25, turn towards us if you need some help. I never saw it. And now they're celebrating. But we are severely messed up. I'm not just trying to showboat by flapping my wings side to side. I am really struggling. My rudder's black. It's shot really bad. And I'm really struggling to keep this plane from pitching up too high. So I'm having to turn the throttle down to nothing. Then I'm having to WEP and go back and forth, and then just really struggling at this speed. But I've already put my landing gear down. What I want to do is just get close to the runway. If I can get really close to the runway, I'll repair. You don't have to make a perfect landing, and this is certainly going to be one of those cases. You can see from my flaps, I have the landing flaps down. That allows me to fly slow. I'm hoping it gives me a little more control. Maybe it has given me a little more. You'll fall out of the sky if you go too slow. So having landing flaps on helps. And I am just really struggling to get this plane close. I really have to turn hard left here. I'm really nervous about that. But I I got to do it, and we kind of nosedived right there because I did. But it held together, and we're going to be able to repair. So I'll spare you the repair, get back in the air, and we'll meet up again. Okay, by the time I got back in the air, you can see the tickets are down to nothing. Match is pretty much over. Actually, it is over. So we're ready to recap the screens. Winning's important, so helping out my teammates. You know, you can see up there at the top. Well, we'll do it here in a minute. It's giving me a battle trophy, and as usual, you see all these nice prizes, and you just barely miss them. One of these times, I'll hit that million silver lions. That would be awesome. So there's the reward for winning. Look, 120% research, 67% silver lions. It's a big difference. So certainly play to win, guys. And yeah, Purple Heart. Thanks. I get beat up a lot. Anyways, that's it, guys. I feel like we flew through that. Like, subscribe. Really depend on it, guys. Thank you.